Good morning. It is Monday, June 2nd or 3rd. I think it's the 3rd, but I don't have the calendar in front of me. I'm sitting out on my swing underneath our nice big oak tree, and I thought I would vlog today. But before I get started with the things I need to do today, I thought I would kind of do a little catch-up video. And yes, you're going to hear the animals. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. Travis is doing chores, so maybe the chickens will hush for a bit while they eat. Anyway, one of the things we have to do today is, yet again, we have to go to the vet. This is becoming ridiculous, actually. Scott and I both can't even believe that this is happening. But in my last vlog, I mentioned that we took Pepper because we found a lump in her ear, and it turned out to be nothing. And while we were there, which was it was like a week and a half ago, the vet checked her all over. He felt her all over looking for lumps, didn't find anything. About a week after that vet visit, we noticed a lump on her rectum area, like right by her bottom hole. And at first we thought it was an impacted anal gland, which that can happen, and she's had that happen before. We've tried expressing it a couple of times and couldn't get anything to come out, and so we're not sure. Actually, we're not really sure what that is, whether it is an impacted anal gland or if it's another skin cancer. So I was watching that, trying to decide if I wanted to take her back to the vet again about that, or if I wanted to see if it would clear up on its own, or what would happen with it. And we watched it for about 2 days. And then, all of a sudden, all these other bumps started appearing on her body. I can't even count. I've lost count, really, how many there are. At least 10. She has 4 on her head, 1 on her neck, 3 on her side, 1 on her leg, her hind leg, and then the one by her bottom. And I don't even know if there's more, but that's all I can actually physically feel. So I don't know if this is like a mass outbreak of the mast cell carcinoma, or if there's something else going on with her. It just seems really strange that they just broke out so quick. I mean, just so quick. Basically overnight. It seemed overnight. It's like every time we would check her, we'd find another one. And so, yeah, so that's going on. So I called last week on Thursday, set up the appointment for today. And in the meantime, Lucy, the dog with the kidney failure, our old girl, she was fine. What's today? Monday, Sunday morning. She was perfectly fine, ate her breakfast, acted completely normal. By Sunday afternoon, when it was time for their supper, she was acting bad. She didn't want to eat. So I thought, her stomach was just upset. So we have pills for that. So I gave her a pill for that, waited about a half an hour, tried to feed her again. She did eat this time. She didn't eat at all. And within an hour, probably less than an hour, she had vomited it all up. She vomited twice last night and twice this morning. She did eat her breakfast. Again, didn't eat all of it. Within a half an hour, it all came up again. So I called the vet and said, can we please bring Lucy in too? So today we are bringing Pepper and Lucy back to the vet. And honestly, guys, it's getting to the point where the financial aspect of this is really becoming a huge concern for us. We are not rich people, and this is way past what we can afford to do. I mean, it has exceeded what we can afford to do long ago. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm not ready to give up on my dogs, and I don't want to put them to sleep just because we can't afford it anymore. I really don't feel like that's even an option. I was really hoping that my YouTube channel would be bigger by now, and that I'd be bringing in at least a little bit of something more often. I I've gotten a few checks from Google ads, but nothing fantastic and not regular. It's not a regular thing. So the only thing I can say is put out a plea to you guys to like, share my videos, comment. The more you comment, the more you share, my videos get thrown out there more, and maybe people will subscribe, because we really could use the money. I mean, we really could. I never thought of YouTube as a job. I never really wanted it to be a job. I love doing it, and it's just a hobby, but we really need the money. We really do. So that's all I can do is ask you guys to just like, comment, and share my videos, and hopefully my channel will start to grow a little more. Alright, I have things to do in the house before we have to go to the vet. I also have to go clean my dad's house today. I'll give you guys a little update on the garden when we go over there. I'll video a little bit, and yeah, I'll just take you along with what the chores I need to get done today. Yeah, while I'm outside, before I go in, I thought I'd come out here and open up my greenhouse. Ooh, it is hot in here. It's almost 100. It's only 60 something degrees outside, but it's over almost 100 in here. And things are doing really good. Oh my radishes have kind of went crazy here. Yeah, I don't know. They're all kind of going to tops and not producing very many actual radishes. I don't know why that is. If anybody has any idea of what I did wrong, let me know. Oh, now that one's got a radish on it. I'm going to go ahead and feed these to the bunnies. The radish tops that didn't produce any radishes. Very strange. My romaine lettuce is doing well. My spinach, I'm going to need to harvest some because it's starting to bolt. Don't want that to happen. And it definitely needs water. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll go in and get my bowl, and I'll harvest this as much as I can of this and water the plants. So this is the lettuce and the spinach that I harvested. I'm going to go ahead and get that soaking in cold water. And I got 2 radishes. Like I said, my radishes all went to tops. Not, I didn't probably produce any radishes. I don't know if there's something missing in my soil or what was going on, but if you have any ideas, please let me know. I am not a very good gardener. I keep a garden because I like to have the fresh produce, and that's the only reason. Not that I'm good at it. So I have about a half an hour before I have to go over to my dad's. So really quickly, I want to get these blueberries on to wash. These are the blueberries I got in my latest grocery haul. I want to get these 2 cucumbers peeled and sliced. We've already eaten 2 of them. And I want to get these green onions cleaned and chopped up as well. So let's get these things done really quick, and then I have to go over and clean my dad's house. So really quick, before we head over to my dad's house, I'm going to get some potato salad started in my Instant Pot. Well, it's not an Instant Pot brand, it's just a pressure cooker. But anyhow, I have a recipe where you just cook the potatoes and the eggs all together in the pressure cooker, and it's super good and it turns out really, really perfect every time. I have these red potatoes this time, so I'm not even going to peel them. And so we'll have red potato salad for our dinner tonight with hot dogs on the grill. So I put the potatoes in the steamer basket, and I'm going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of water to the pot, and it'll go like through the holes in the steamer basket down to the bottom of the cooker. And then I'm going to kind of make a little space here in the middle of the potatoes, and I'm just going to nestle the eggs right down into with the potatoes. Now the recipe calls for 4 eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and put 4 eggs right in there. There we go. And then we put our lid on. Make sure that this is on the pressure setting, and then you push it 4 minutes on high pressure. Of course, it takes time to build the pressure to build up, and it'll cook for 4 minutes, and then you let it come down off of pressure. And by the time we get back from my dad's, this will be completely done and everything will be cooked. I will go ahead and just peel the eggs and put everything in the refrigerator until we get back from the vet, and then I will finish assembling the potato salad. So we're walking over to my dad's to clean his house, and I just wanted to show you we got this side flower bed weeded and mulched this weekend, and that's a butterfly bush, live forever butterfly bush. That is a balloon flower that's supposed to be biennial, and it looks like it might have some life coming back to it. I'm not really sure. And then we've got some irises. I have planted annuals in here in the past, and they just never do very well, so I'm not even going to plant anything else in this garden this year. We're just going to let it go as is. And here are some pictures of some of my mom's flowers that she had planted before she passed away. I'm not sure what this particular flower is, but it sure is pretty. And then we've got this beautiful purple and white iris, and then here is a poppy. Okay, so here's a really quick look at the garden. It needs to be weeded, but this is the raised bed, and this is the radishes and lettuce and spinach, and these are the leeks that I planted. The melons and stuff are growing. Tomatoes are doing real well. Tomatillos are actually blooming. And then my dad planted black-eyed peas there, and then corn over there, and it's all up. But you can see that we have milkweed growing, so we need to get out here and hoe. And here's the green peppers and jalapeno peppers. They're doing fine too. But yeah, we need to do a little bit of weeding, but that is not going to happen today. Sorry about the lawnmower noise. Travis is out mowing, and we've got the patio door open because it's such a beautiful day. But this is my lunch. I'm having cucumbers with peanuts and sunflower seeds, a little bit of honey mustard dressing, and some cayenne pepper sprinkled on top. And then I'm going to have this Zevia strawberry to go with it. This stuff's pretty good. I wish the strawberry flavor was a little bit stronger, but other than that, it's a really good 0-calorie beverage. All right, guys, I'm back on the swing. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We've already had supper, and I will insert that picture here of what we had for supper. And so now I will get to the news, and I will try to get through this without crying. I've been crying a lot. I'll give you Lucy's update first. As if you couldn't guess, I'm going to be talking about my dogs. Lucy apparently has another, it's either the same infection she had a while ago and was on antibiotics for, or it's a different infection. Oh my goodness, those chickens start the minute I come out here. Well, just a minute. Let me wait till they stop their caterwauling. Okay, I think maybe they might be starting to stop. They just start that and for no reason, and they all get going, and I don't know what their problem is. But I've been sitting here for 5 minutes, and I don't want to sit here all night waiting for them to hush. Anyway, Lucy has an infection still. He thinks it's in her mouth, which she's been having lots of problems in her mouth for almost a year now. And he checked the few teeth that she has left, and we're pretty covered in tartar. So he cleaned them with his, just with his finger. And her gums are kind of red. So I said something about, she can't afford to lose any more teeth. And he said that she will not be going under anesthesia again. Her surgery days are over because her condition is too fragile. So there's really nothing they can do as far as if she needs to have teeth extracted or whatever. She just will have to be on antibiotics. So he gave her another antibiotic shot. He gave her an anti-nausea shot. And she's going to be on antibiotics again, and it's a different antibiotic this time. So hopefully that will straighten her out. And she had a little bit of a fever again, and so that's why she was vomiting. So pretty much she's going to be fine as she can be. Pepper. Like I said this morning, which for you was just been a few minutes ago, I've counted at least 10 spots on her, and the one on her bottom end. And the one on her bottom end, it is not an impacted anal gland. It is some sort of a tumor. Of course, he wouldn't know for sure that it was mast cell unless he took it off and had it analyzed, but with her history, it probably is. And he checked her all over. He looked at all those lumps, and then he looked at the spot where she had that huge incision and the huge tumor, 5-6 weeks ago, that she had surgery for. And he was like, I don't like the feel of that. And I said, well, I think that's just scar tissue, because she had this like knobby thing there anyway. He's like, well, I'm not sure. And he said, is it changed any? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, well, I'm going to take a needle biopsy, or he's going to aspirate it with a needle and check it under the slide today. So he did. He took the thing, and they did whatever they need to do. And we were just, chatting and stuff. And he was telling me how to take care of Lucy and all of this and that. And we were still looking at Pepper, and I said, now on her tail, like on her back, the top of her tail, right by her tail, on the same side that that tumor is, I said, now does that look swollen to you, that side of the base of her tail? And he looked and he said, yeah, it sure does. And he was pressing around on it, and he said, I think I feel another nodule in there. And I said something about, well, I sure hope you don't have to lose your tail, Pepper. And he said there won't be any more surgeries on her. And he said if it is what I think it is. And so that just like, I felt this sinking feeling in my stomach. And so we were waiting, and it didn't take very long, and he checked the slide, and he came back in a few minutes, and he said, it's the bad thing. And the cancer's back, and it's back in the same spot, and it's systemic, it's spread. All those lumps are probably mast cell, and there's nothing more they can do for her. So I tried to hold it together, but I had questions I needed to ask him, and I couldn't speak because my throat felt like it was swollen shut. And so I squawked out, and the tears started coming, and I asked him, I said, well, what can we expect? And he said, well, of course, the tumors will continue to grow, and eventually she will lose her appetite, and she'll stop eating, and she'll stop drinking, and that's when we'll have to have her put to sleep. So then I asked him, I said, well, I know it's hard for you to say for sure, but what's our time frame here? And he said 3 to 6 months. So we'll have to say goodbye to Pepper in 3 to 6 months. And Lucy, probably not a whole lot longer than that. He didn't say that, but she's old and she's sick, and her kidneys are just going to continue to get worse. And so I just know that inside a year I'll only have one dog. And it's really hard. I mean, I just knew when she had that huge surgery, and how I was so shocked at the size of the incision and the drain and all of that. And she took it like such a trooper. In fact, after a few days, it was really hard to keep her calm and keep her from running around. But Olivia and I are gonna go for a walk. These chickens are driving me nuts. They keep doing this, and we don't have a clue what's wrong with them. I can't stand to listen to it. I'm sure you guys can't stand to listen to it either. But we're gonna walk down to the creek, and I'll finish telling you about Pep as we go. But I don't even remember what I was saying when those chickens started in again. But anyhow, the vet was super sweet. He was, I think, getting kind of upset too. And he just said how sorry he was, and that he said he knows it's not fair, and that we take such good care of our animals. And he tried so hard. Dr. Geschwind is his name. He tried so hard. I'm going to turn the camera around because that sun is blinding me. I want you guys to see where we're walking to. But he was so sweet and kind, and so were the assistants, the vet's assistants, and I'll pick you guys back up when we get down by the creek. But I'll let you see a little bit of the countryside here a little bit. These are the fields that the farmers can't get into because it's been so wet. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe mint. They might have planted mint there. This is usually corn over here. I don't think they've planted anything. And here's the woods at the corner of our property. This is the back side of, well, actually my dad's property. This isn't mine and my family's property, but this is the back side of it. And we got all these fields and things all around us. Definitely in the middle of nowhere. So here's the creek, and it's full. It's not usually this big or this deep. But this is about a half a mile from our house. And Olivia's and Lydia's favorite place to come. Lydia is Olivia's cousin. And I think that that's just the prettiest sight across there, across the field, into the trees. If you hear that dog barking, that's Bear. And right there is the back part of our property. The woods on the back side of my house. But it looks like they did get some corn planted in this field, but it's going to be real late. Hopefully they can get it harvested before it frosts. So I'll try to finish my pepper story here. It's nice and quiet. No chickens cackling. But anyway, the vet said to just let her be happy. Let her be her doggy happy self, and eventually what will happen is she will lose her appetite and she'll stop eating and she'll stop drinking. And that's when we have to decide when the end is going to be for her. And you know, ever since her big surgery, the one that she had not that long ago, I think this is what I was saying before the chickens interrupted me. Ever since then, she's had a different look in her eye. I can't explain it. It's just something, there's something different. It's like she knew. She knew that she was really sick and that she wasn't going to get any better. And to say I'm handling this well is, I'm not. At this very moment, I can talk about it and not cry, but I have been crying daily for that dog ever since the big surgery 6 weeks ago, because I knew. I just knew. I knew when we took her in today it was not going to be good news, but I kept hoping. I kept hoping that it was not. But it really did surprise me that that spot on her neck where she had the huge tumor taken out, it does surprise me that it's back there. I really didn't think that it was back there. But it is, and there's just nothing else we can do for that poor girl. And like I said, I think the vet was really upset too. He gave me a hug and told me how sorry he was. And I mean, he's invested a lot of time and things into my dogs, and that's why what makes him such a great vet is because he does it because he loves the animals, not because he likes a good paycheck. And you know, that's what makes
vets actually don't get paid a whole lot like doctors do.
Yeah. So I'll definitely keep you guys up to date about what's going on with my girls, and I'll definitely let you know when we have to say goodbye. And I know you guys will be there for me. I went and cried on my sister's shoulder for a little bit, and she understands because she's lost lots of pets. But other than a hamster when I was a little kid, I've never lost any pets. Other than my birds, I've had some birds that died, but there's just something different about a dog. There's just something different about a dog. They're not called man's best friend for nothing. That is for sure. It's very peaceful here. I can see why Lydia and Olivia like it so much. Okay friends, I think I'm going to end this vlog here at this peaceful spot and try not to end this vlog on such a sad note as I did a few weeks ago. Thank you guys so much for listening and spending the day with me today and being my support through these hard times. I know that many of you have lost pets, and so you can understand. I don't think a lot of people really understand because they can just say, oh, it's just a dog. Well, no. My girls are more than just a dog, just dogs to me. They're my fur babies, my four-legged children, and it's not an easy situation that we're faced with. So I appreciate you guys' love and kindness and support during this time. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.